Hey you all, I'm sorry it's been a while, but I'm back. And I do want to start the series in regards to telling hoodoo stories, right? There's so much about hoodoo that many of us don't know about, and a big part of hoodoo are our stories, our lore, our folklore, what we say as telling lies. And you know, when somebody say you telling lies, they say, "Oh, you telling a story." So I come to you about a story, but it's not really when we say it in this case, in this context, it's not really a lie. Our stories gives us an indication and an understanding about our spirits. A lot of people don't know that mermaids exist in hoodoo culture. And I come to you to bring you a traditional story in hoodoo that is well known. So they say back in the day, um, during the time, well, they just say basically back in the day, there was once upon a time where no one aboard the ship can be called their name because a lot of mermaids used to lurk around the ships. And so, therefore, all the men's name aboard would have to be changed unto objects, right? So they say their name may be Hammer, their main name may be X, they, name may be suit of furniture, right? So one day the captain tells someone, "Hey, go hammer, give me the hammer, or go get the hammer to build such and such." And the mermaid said, "Give me hammer." She just popped out of nowhere and said, "Give me hammer." So they threw the hammer overboard. See, the thing is, according to lore, if you didn't give the mermaid what they asked for, they would destroy the ship. They would wreck the ship. So you had to give them what they asked for. One day, Captain says, "Axe, go down there, start the fire because it's burning out." Next thing you know, there was a mermaid around and she said, "Give me axe." So they threw the iron axe overboard. And then one day the captain said, "Suit of furniture, go down to the kitchen and make supper." She popped up and said, "Give me suit of furniture." So they threw the whole suit of furniture overboard. Now, one day the captain slipped up and said Sam's name. So the mermaid asked for Sam. There was nothing on board that was named Sam. There was not anything that was considered an object called Sam. So they had to throw Sam overboard. As soon as Sam hit the water, she wrapped him up in her long hair and she swam so fast to her home. It was to the point where he could actually catch his breath. He survived by being wrapped up in her long hair. And Sam looked at her and said, "Oh." And she looked at him and said, "Oh, you sure are nice looking." And he said, "Do you like fish?" She said, "I don't like fish." And she said, "Oh, well, we get married then, though." So that's what they did. They got married. What happened is that Sam started to step out on his wife and seeing other mermaids. And his girlfriend got jealous of their marriage. And, the wife found out and the wife whipped the girlfriend's butt. and the girlfriend was upset. So, as a result, she came to Sam and she said, Sam, don't you want to go to your native home? And he said, yeah. So, the girlfriend wrapped up the hair around him, wrapped her hair around him, and swam so fast to the surface and dropped him off. And said, he ain't gonna do nobody no good now. He ain't do me no good. He ain't gonna do his wife any good. Sam, it said that Sam was down there for about 6 years. Some people say 7. The mermaid lore goes across the diaspora in many traditions. For what I know about the Caribbean, they said traditionally a mermaid will take you down to their home and they will keep you for about 7 years. In Hoodoo, this particular story, they say 6 years, sometimes they say 7. But Sam was returned to the surface unharmed and well and alive. But what he did bring was secrets of how the mermaids lived at the bottom of the sea and how they built their homes. He said that the walls were tall, that everything was built pretty tall. He compared things to an alligator for some reason. But this is a traditional story in Hoodoo that speaks of mermaids and the way that you must obey mermaids, because if you don't, you'll be sorry. And this is to say that even in Hoodoo, just like any other traditions, the mermaid is not depicted as always the nicest being. Now, Sam's wife was nice in a sense. She didn't harm him. She didn't hurt him or anything like that. But there are other stories that I will share later where it does say that, a mermaid can harm you. But Sam's wife didn't harm him. The girlfriends didn't harm him. Nobody down there harmed him. In fact, in some variations of the story, it said that Sam was the only male that was down there. And so, that's why she wanted to marry him so quickly as soon as she brought him down. If you enjoyed this story, let me know. Let me know what you think about the story. If you heard about the story, if you heard a variation of the story, please comment. And stay blessed.